before Christmas. A young boy, full of life and holiday cheer, vanished without a trace. The search for Harley Dilley gripped a small town, leaving a community heartbroken and desperate for answers. For weeks, the investigation yielded nothing. But then, a discovery in an abandoned house offered a tragic twist, a twist that raised more questions than it answered. Was Harley Dilley a victim of circumstance, a runaway, or something far more sinister? Let's dive into the mysterious case of Harley Dilley and try to find out the truth. A story that will leave you chilled and searching for the truth. On August 12, 2005, Harley Dilley was born in Fremont, Ohio. Harley Dilley's parents' names were Marcus Dilley and Heather Dilley. Harley was diagnosed with ADHD and autism. Harley was said to have a very generous heart. Every Christmas season, Harley volunteered for the Salvation Army. In the days prior to the incident, Harley would wander around, dropping pennies around town, believing that doing so would bless the people who found them. Harley was attending Port Clinton High School as a freshman. Harley seemed to enjoy hanging out with James Daniel and Jr., his two best friends. Though Harley loved singing and sports, his two biggest interests were playing video games with his friends and making videos for his YouTube account. In addition to making live commentary where he spoke into the camera about his life, he would also create gaming commentary videos, primarily on the mobile game. Harley and his parents would frequently quarrel. He would run away from home and stay with friends when his parents quarreled. He would do this so frequently that the cops were never called. But a month prior to the incident, the police had received allegations of a family problem and would call Harley's family home. The officers claimed they had to calm Harley down, but they never disclosed any additional information to the public. Harley refused to attend school on Friday, December 20th, 2020, for an unknown reason. He asked to spend the day at home after informing his mother, Heather, that he was feeling ill. She allegedly instructed Harley to go to school. Since this was the last day of the school year before the Christmas break, it would have been odd for Harley to miss it. Harley got ready, left his house, and headed to school. But he never made it. A security camera recorded his last verified sighting at 6:08 a.m. That night, when Harley failed to return home, he was never seen alive again, and the police were never notified. Heather posted on her Facebook page that he hadn't returned home. When the school attempted to contact Heather to inform her that Harley had not arrived at school, Heather never answered. Indeed, posts on their social media profiles made it known that Heather Dilley and Marcus Dilley had gone out for drinks with their friends that evening and the night after. Not until 11:50 p.m. on December 21st, 41 hours had passed, when they finally called the police to report their kid missing. The police asked them directly because they were curious why it took them so long to declare their son missing. They replied that following fights with his parents, Harley would frequently leave and stay at his friend's house, where he may spend days at a time. A few days earlier this time, they'd gotten into a fight with Harley about his cell phone. Harley had requested his parents for a replacement phone after breaking his own. Harley became enraged, and they got into an argument when they said they wouldn't replace it, and that he would have to work for a new one. After that, the police went to each of Harley's friends' homes to check on him, but they were unable to locate him. After all the obvious sites were checked and Harley was still missing, one of Harley's friends told the police that he had seen him after school, but that he had mixed up his days and had only seen him on Thursday. At 2:30 in the morning, the police issued a be on the lookout order. The Port Gilbert Police and Fire Department, in conjunction with the Port Clinton City Schools, carried out a thorough search of the Port Clinton area that evening for Harley Dilley, according to a statement issued by the police on December 22nd. So far, the inquiry has not revealed any signs of foul play. We are still following up on all leads related to Harley's disappearance. In search of Harley, friends, family, and worried neighbors search the streets, but they are unable to locate Harley Dilley. Since it was extremely unlikely that he would have escaped town and not been discovered by now, many people think that he may have been abducted. The expectation that Harley might still be alive vanished as the days passed. Harley's mother would provide updates and requests for prayers on Facebook during the period that he was gone. Despite being upset, his parents were said to be compliant and let inspectors and Kava dogs inside their home, where they found nothing. According to Heather, you see all these crime shows on TV and think, oh, that's never going to happen, but then they solve the mystery in an hour. Finding out all you have doesn't take an hour. The subpoenas you have support it. It's just going to take a while. The search had expanded to include the entire country by early January, and a prize of roughly $10,000 had been set up for any information leading to Harley's disappearance. After an undisclosed tip-off to the police detective, this was increased a few days later to $20,000 on January 13th. The property on Harley's Road near where he was last seen on the CCTV footage was empty and showed no evidence of forced entry. The horrific facts of Harley's suffering came to light just one day after the police searched the house, even though they had no justification to do so until now. On January 19, 2021, the community received the answers they had been waiting for since Harley's body was recovered. The police report from the morning Harley vanished said that he had no intention of attending school. Rather, he had no way of getting inside and believed this house would be a fantastic place to hide until the end of the school day because he knew it was empty. To access the roof, Harley is thought to have scaled scaffolding and a metal television tower on the house's side. At first, it was assumed that he might relax on the roof, but Harley walked into the chimney with his feet first because it was chilly outside. Harley believed he would be all right because he was short for his age and the chimney was only 9 by 13 inches. Harley entered the chimney about 15 feet in, at which point he struck the ground. The passageway connecting the house's first and second stories had been blocked, and it was located on this floor. Now he was stuck, barely able to move, unable to get out. He was able to give himself more breathing room by removing his sweater and jacket. After that, he pushed these through a chimney vent that opened into one of the house's bedrooms. According to the article, when the police broke into the residence on January 13th, they discovered these clothes in the second-floor bedroom. This led them to install a camera up the chimney, which is where they discovered Harley's body. Harley's body with his arms lifted and his elbows slightly bent towards his head. When Harley was discovered, his report revealed that it was most likely his last day of life. The most likely cause of this was compressive asphyxia, a condition in which pressure from the outside prevents breathing. Many people were upset with Harley's parents in the wake of it. His YouTube channel would post videos that raised inquiries concerning his family life. He was just locked out of his house in the cold in one of these videos, and a petition to file charges of carelessness against his parents was also initiated. Harley Dilley was kicked out of the house multiple times, including Thursday, December 19th, so he had to find somewhere else to go, according to a comment on the petition. If Harley Dilley had a safe, devoted, and loving family to return to, he would not have attempted to climb a chimney. They must be held responsible since they let him down on all fronts.